If not, I'll test another game. There we are. Now the sound works. That took a while, didn't it, gang? We got there in the end. Only what? I untangle my headphones. There you go. There we go. It only took, what? Half an hour for the game to fucking load? Anyway, we're here now. We're here now, and we figured it out, and all has gone right in the world. I love fucking technical difficulties, don't you? Alright, I'm making a mental note. At about 28 minutes in, 29 minutes in, we start the game. Okay, let's go. New game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. Good,
You're
it's definitely
here
working.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow. I mean, true, but still.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
That's rude.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mood. Okay, proceed into the cabin. Let's go. It's a quaint little cabin. Nothing nefarious.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement.
Yeah, if you do right, okay.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yeah, considering. Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Here she comes.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Good luck, hero. Great.
You walk
Just
down the
fucking tell her
stairs
why you're here.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy
fucking
chain
tell her
around
why
her
you're
wrist,
one.
binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so
Oh.
coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
What? Whatever makes you think you do that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. Not decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
do not dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Got a point. Do we drop it or do we tighten our grip? I'll
The
drop it.
blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Ooh. Welcome.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
You could say so. You could say so indeed. Yeah, pretty awkward. I really think we come under me. How do I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to in the world. Who are you? You're gonna think you're in the world. What did you say about that? What's your name?
She
Why not?
hesitates
Fuck it.
before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Oh. Right, you're paranoid, aren't you?
Don't just tell her that.
Just tell her.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think you're not
I
sure
don't
on that
remember much
concept.
about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
I'm more
Hopefully
just
soon.
blind to trust you and trusting these idiots.
How
Okay.
sweet. Now be a pal and
Now
help me
be
get
a
out
pal.
of here, would you?
Okay.
We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Sure, John.
Fine. What do you want to know?
Just curious.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing
Wow,
you
paranoid.
don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Winding him up seems fun.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any besides cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again.
Rude.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task
is done. Alright, fine.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Yeah,
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
She hasn't lost an arm, she lost a hand.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the prince... Stop it! Stop resisting! The blade.
What's this?
The blade.
Blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your...
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat. Her face remains unchanged as she... This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Wow. Rude. Narrator, Chapter 2, The Prisoner. We did something
You're
right.
on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
Oh, don't you
Okay,
start
no.
grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you too.
No, I can
right?
hear you.
It's going to be a
Love
lot
that.
harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. Those are two very different questions, but
Different questions.
fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or or at least a version
It is.
of me. If you're
It
back
is.
here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony.
Wow. Alright.
That's one
mister.
way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit
Yes, it
of
is
the
a thought
doubt.
experiment.
If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what
Wow.
you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Well, alright.
Sure you are.
Sure, Jan.
Anyway,
See?
I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Yes, I'm not actually sure how that works, but
If it's the
Go off.
latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
You're talking in circles.
No, I'm talking in facts. Just be quick about it.
let's talk about the princess, shall we? There's a reason she was able to kill me last time, because I let her. All she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to in the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Yeah, I
and
don't
despite
know.
it all,
That's the problem.
you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
What proof
True.
could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets. You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just...
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
I think we've got
Sure,
everything out
Jack.
of him we're gonna get.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If they could lock her away, why couldn't they slay her? What's this? Why is this falling on me? Being very cake,
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the
Sure.
only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things
Okay.
are.
Sure. Sure it is.
I didn't know we were special.
Special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Yes. Right. We're here because we're special.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Alright, Mr.
I've told you
Rush.
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like
Sure.
I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
do like sound like you're hiding
Great.
something.
Now, if you
That's
don't
all.
mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Turn around and leave. Sure, why not?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie,
Sure.
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the
Go
knife,
in, take the
do what
knife,
you're
do
supposed to.
supposed to.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Just
No,
like
I
a wink
didn't.
out loud.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
The cabin. We're heading into the cabin. We're gonna murder a princess.
The
Maybe
interior
we're
of the
not.
cabin is less a cozy
this-
woodland retreat,
This has
and more
changed a
like
bit.
a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on.
Very different.
Very different from
Yes,
before.
but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't
Past
died.
life
You
nonsense.
certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should.
There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
I can see a mirror.
I think you know what we have to do.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Marissa said we're just rubbing a wall. But we just need a mirror to see
It was there a second ago.
Interesting.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Fair enough. We better be on the safe
The
side.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
Oh my
with the
God.
princess. She looks up at you,
An increased
the heavy
security.
collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean cutting her out? It's like the panic
Have
in
you
his voice.
noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That was there last
True.
time too, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Sure.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Okay, what have we got? We've got Slay. I think we can leave you here, actually, not much of a threat, anything like that. Bye. What job we do? You have a chain on the wall, what's it for? What happened after I died last time? I've been here before, anyone remembers that? Attention, what do you mean?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
Yes, we've been here before.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Alright.
I
Yeah.
never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Not daydreaming. You have a chain
I
on
don't
what's
know,
it for?
but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Please don't lock yourself up with the princess. I want you to murder. Kind of beneficial for us both. I love that. Okay. Yeah, it would be so funny if I could. No.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Probably.
You're looking at me
Probably
like I
even
might be
more
hiding
clueless.
something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to
Maybe.
look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes,
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd and, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is...
Excuse me?
Yes?
Are we...
Stuck here now? Yes.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Oh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, but there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep. No. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. Nope.
I'm small talk, are we?
That's rude.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And
At least the world is safe.
it isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Still rude. Very rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the wall.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
But you don't get a chance to respond. Something has taken her away.
She's
There's
gone.
something else instead.
Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? He is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have.
Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like? If there's even a her to find anymore.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Oh. Approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains, so I can see what's in it. It's you. You're alone, place is empty, it's quiet here. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Fragile vessels, it's the end of the world.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
You want something to say, Princess? You will trap me here.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know the world?
I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? Yes.
Fragile vessel.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again.
Okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything gets dark and you die. Hey, that's one of the chapters done. A patient heart.
You're on a path
prisoner to
in
her.
the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of
another
that
one.
cabin is a
The real slay the
princess.
princess starts here. You'll know it when you see it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
You can skip through the existing dialogue by hitting the right bumper on your controller. What should we do? What should we do?
unfortunately,
Can't
you're
someone
the
else do
only
this?
one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. That's the spirit.
Always went off and on. Viva la revolution!
You make your way up
And
the
off.
short path
Well,
to the
we're on
cabin.
the way off.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Into the cabin. Wonder what cabin we'll get.
The interior of the...
No, just the regular one. Okay,
You take
the
the
blade.
blade from the table.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement.
Don't be a stranger.
Hi!
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Hi!
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. You step forward, your grip on the...
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But do you actually believe this was a...
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, but it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago.
But is it over?
Really? It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. You lean down and wrap your hand around but as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your... What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground. As you fall, she falls.
An eye for an eye. A life. See you around.
You were so close. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that didn't do that well, did it? Oh. Or did it?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you.
People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her.
I'm telling you what we'll already have. Why should it just you? What should I bother doing anything?
Very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or you died last time, which probably only happened because you did.
We mostly listened to you. How are we supposed to know she'd spring back to life?
She sprung back to life.
If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh,
what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Had you failed to slay the princess, what?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save her.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
We were so close to finishing the job last time. She can't get the jump on us twice. If we're careful, we should be fine.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
No time at all. Love that.
Just be quick about it. She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Great. Now...
And away we go. Good call.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Hold on a minute.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Yep.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. What's going on? Where are we?
That son of a bitch flipped over the table,
didn't he? Around you to unwound. Physical matter replaced by textured nothing. You find yourself now on quiet again. Memory. Sound of many sounds. Undulated pulse loud. Something up. Yeah, and the feelers prob against reality. Extremities. You find consciousness around it. You are no longer alone. While you're here, I am unfinished. Resistance. So, this is for the use. Uses didn't really want it. Oh, you can't go back like that. A whacking finger, any much thread in this place. Do not waste time. Your only salvation. Ah. Denial, isn't it? It's an achievement.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Well, I thought it was going to be
secret,
doing the job.
but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay. Silently going into the cabin.
You make your way up the
Back to the cabin. Back to murder a
the
bitch.
interior of the cabin. You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement. Good. You're still listening to reason.
We will listen
You
to
walk
reason
down the
regardless.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of. You ignore the trembling in your hands.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, so you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll... You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other? Then I'm not talking to you. I guess
We're
we
at an
are.
impasse.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious
we gave up.
clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Have
Against your
friends,
better
yeah.
judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Yeah.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Don't just tell her that.
Don't just tell her.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Princess hesitates before responding.
What are you
She
going to do?
doesn't know.
Fill you out?
She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
True.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay.
You
How
can't.
do I get you out of here?
Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure well, we can always put that knife.
Her sharp eyes settle. She isn't suggesting she is.
Oh, have you decided?
You know why.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
You walk up to the chains, bind. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go look.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
I'll be
Let's
here.
get a second option.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what. Again, you cut into her. The blade is. She didn't so much as utter a. Free from her. How is she so composed?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. As the princess. Wait, this. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little.
Your body lunges. Stop it.
I can't
Thank
resist.
you. You swing your arm towards her throat, but she's ready for it. She grabs your. You drop the blade. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel both. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring. Every blow is as punishing as the first. She places a confident heel on your chest. Her knee falls. It can't just end. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark. And
We get punched to death. The tower. Dun. We did something right.
you're on a path. You're here to.
Okay.
A terrible sense of
Oh,
deja vu. No, you
deja
don't
vu.
have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for. Those are two very. Let's say for a month. You died? Of course. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. And I believe your other question was some. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any. Yes, but in this purely. If it's the latter, do you think the people there lived? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break, just because she's capable of ending the world. her warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation.
Wow,
She
alright,
probably does
Jesus,
think,
dude.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely... I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the... Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world.
Bruh.
If that's
So
what
savage.
you want, I guess I don't have a...
So fucking savage, the other guy. Jesus. Okay, we're
The
back.
interior of the cabin is
Oh,
larger
wow,
and
this
more
is more
grandiose than its
elaborate.
humble
Holy shit.
exterior would suggest. The blade. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything. Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
I don't know what I look like.
He just doesn't have the heart to tell us. As do I. And yeah, there is. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Wow.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen. You take the blade from the altar. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. This is actually... It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, her booming voice...
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this. We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was.
Pointless everything was.
You want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and the princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows over. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers. We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees pain.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for... It's time for me to seize my death.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does.
That gives it away.
Beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. You are the only one who can deal with her, and you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is an... He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away. The stakes of the situation.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. And all you have to do is
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not the destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake. The song of you being so strong, and from your act of utter devotion and submit. Submit now, submit later. It may. I say, perhaps you need another lesson and so pick up that.
Do it. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but as your eye falls on the blade, you reach forward and grasp.
Stand!
This one's easy. Okay, yeah. We can do. You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly... The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of...
To define me is to claim we stand on level. Take that knife in your...
What? You don't have
What?
to listen to her. Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade. No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable. The blade and the hand that wields it...
Look at you, quaking against... It's pointless to resist, but you're not the one resisting me. Is that a person? No, you...
Is she talking about you? That's impossible.
You.
She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft
God.
flesh. Several... No.
When I see you,
We will.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, the hypothesis.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin.
Excuse me?
Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, what, 5 times already?
What, 5 times
I
already?
think this is 3.
3.
Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them. I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5. Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract.
Numbers like 5.
Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it?
Contrarian,
None of us
I
can
love it.
count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5. You're already starting to lose the thread. Just
thread.
because you
Love
can't
that.
personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her. Don't
Do we?
get it. Might makes
Oh, you're
right,
still here.
and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power. So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question? I knew when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It
God,
would only have
miserable little
made
shit, aren't
things
you?
worse for all of us. Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves.
Get on with it, all of you.
Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody. Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
Nobody wants. Love that.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god. I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now. As you finish your inane question,
Inane
the
question?
ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel even the earth beneath you seems to
The end of everything.
Any words of
Words
you
of
already know
warning?
everything you... As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree.
Oh shit.
You watch in paralysed awe and terror as the world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and...
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as... Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know.
You're all ruining the moment of her.
With a grim determination, you yank the blade. Yeah, this feels right. She doesn't get to just smugly stand over us like we don't matter. Let's take her down a peg.
You're not going to win. You know that, right? What are you going to do with that tiny blade? Give her a scratch?
Even if that's all we manage, I'd rather go down swinging. See how everything's floating around her? I bet we could make it if we just jumped really hard. You gather yourself. Closing your eyes, it's time to...
Charge into her.
You launch yourself towards the princess. The pull of her gravity catches you, carrying you across the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Such defiance even now.
Don't you see?
That's right, she doesn't! So she doesn't know. With a heavy thump, it's now or never. You strike, but her...
You see?
It's not pointless, it can't be.
Is that all?
The princess plucks you from her chest.
I forgive you your transgressions, but
She thinks she's so much better than us.
He offered us forgiveness. You would turn down such an incredible...
Yes! Yes! Let's give her something. You concentrate your...
And then nothing.
Yeah,
This is
I've got her in the eye.
cornea. She howls, recoiling in pain, and you fall from her distracted hand. You hit the ground with a painful thud.
She narrowly...
Select Regia, you are not the willful key that will turn the lock of my liberation. You are an enemy to be smitten by my hand!
The princess holds up her monumental hand. The inferno incinerates everything that is you. And with it... No, that's not right. Why is it hot? I'm not supposed to be able to feel anything.
You leave me no other choice. Suffer for the crime you have committed against my divine body. Damnation will cure. It's cold now. I may feel, but I'm no better than you. Am I?
Not just respond, or you ever will, it's time to leave memory returns. Approach the mirror. As you approach, the voices will bend away. As you reach forward, they'll once again. It will always always makes them leave, but you see what's in it. You've grown. Find yourself done quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay, more options. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so many options. Destroy. Okay. I'm ready to go back. How many more vessels do I need? What do you feel about me? These vessels I'll be bringing you.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. What's it feel like to change like this?
Close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Could I go back? Is there any of the walkers around me? Why can I not?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. This one sits at the cusp of awakening. A new god, waiting to be born. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Oh?
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
Okay.
I await your
Why don't you go
return,
back?
but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Okay, back to the beginning again, and we get another achievement: a terrifying and divine heart.
You're on a
Bring the
path
prophecies
in
to
the
her.
woods, and at the end of that
Prophecies to her,
path is a
sorry.
cabin.
Let's just go silently.
You make your way up the short path.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Let's just go. Let's just go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely...
Let's not take the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
Don't let it fool you.
It's just not going unarmed.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains, they're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just let...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut...
She offers the suggestion with almost complete...
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could...
You attempt to make your way.
Is someone else...
You try the door. Your shouts and plead. You're here to slay the prince. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier. Easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're...
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising in the...
If I could just get out of these chains, I know...
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth,
Oh!
her teeth tearing
blimey,
as she
governor.
rips her flesh from her bone. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how...
Or we could use it to...
You won't like what happens. Fine.
Fine.
Against you cut into her.
The blade is sharp, and it takes...
Her limb falls to the...
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly. How is she still smiling?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. As the princess... Wait, this... Watch me.
What are...
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward.
But the princess dodges.
Stop it. Stop trying. The blade.
Move as your body remains frozen in stubborn.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and
I'm sorry.
she plunges it into your chest.
Oh no!
Stay strong. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort whatever. She sinks the blade.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use them. Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound.
I'm so sorry.
With one last... It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't... Everything goes dark. And you...
The damsel. Oh. We've got a different
You're on
way
a
this
path.
time.
You're here to...
You bastard.
My tricks? What
Tricks?
on earth are you talking about? We just met for the
Talking
first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love. And we'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
A warning. She will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little
Playing along
game.
with your little
It's
game.
your lies that can't be trusted. Her
Love him.
beauty is the only thing.
I think we've already been over this.
Over
Pretty
this.
sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Sound his own voice.
I do. But I also
Wow.
speak from the heart.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Pay them bickering. Just the fact that, like, I will save you my
Interior
life.
of the
And then
cabin
the
is
other guy is
clean
like,
and elegant.
Yeah.
It's stone. The blade is
Lovely.
your implement. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the... But there was a mirror.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
My love, we're here to rescue.
You know she can't hear you.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my
she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit.
It's you, my dashing hero.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Flatter. Just
Waiting for you to
this
come back.
bird creature.
I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Shit.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
Damn to oblivion.
I'd really hoped I'd be the
Oof.
first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. if another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of the... Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip... No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the... If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
So you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new trick. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain...
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Don't stop her.
You approach the prince. I can't believe it. I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more...
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time.
The princess jumps up. If only you had a weapon once. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the...
What do we do now? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand. The last hopes of the... We have each other. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
Happening.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You
and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand.
Wow, salty.
Look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy.
And what happens after we walk up?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock...
That's a familiar move.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be...
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here?
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairness is enough with this truth. Of course you wouldn't understand. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Just along for the ride.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love.
Teenagers
you and the
in love.
princess place your hands in the and the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
Surmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and you're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
I
hate you.
Hate you.
You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, that's not how this... Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Pluck them all. But you didn't get a chance to make that jacket. Not will you ever. It's time for you to leave.
She's gone.
Memory returns.
Where is that a mirror? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt. Right?
Not the end for you. But not... It's the end for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it.
And you approach the mirror. Go into your reflection. Starting to reach forward, they're gone once again. Mirrors makes them leave, and you need to see what's in it. You've withered. A decay. Ugh. Find something on quiet again. Proceed. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What else?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I should like you more.
It says that your heart is gentle.
What happens to
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
If you figured out what you want.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
Hey, Mystic.
I yearn
It's been a
for
while.
what
How have you
I've
been,
always
buddy?
yearned for.
Playing the
Awakening.
game that I've been
Other
wanting to play for
desires
forever
shape in
on
the
here.
light of knowing you and knowing me.
Yeah, but I'm alright. How have you been? What do you want me to bring?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay. What do we do? I think is it alright? It's great, I love it. It's so what you do is there's a princess and you have to slay her. But you don't have to slay her. You can fall in love, you can let her go, you can fight her, you can insert other things here. It's not like a doll, but you know, there's other things you can do. You can talk, you can fight. This game has multiple solutions, and you're filling up this thing here, the one with many hands. and also you're a giant bird. Thought I'd throw that in there for you. But yeah, it's a multiple choice, choose your own adventure type game. It's very fun. It's one of the games I've played a bunch of it on Steam already, just offline because I thought it looked fun. But yeah, it's very fun.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
Yes, this game has many
My gift
different
to you
possibilities.
is to choose your path.
I've got
and
3
my
of them
task
already.
is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Last one, we fell in love. The previous one, she turned into a massive god, and I stabbed her in the eye. And then the first playthrough, she murdered me brutally. So, you know, ups and downs. Ups and downs. You know, it's that sort of game. It's the sort of game where you go...
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
I am bursting for a wee after this, so I'm going to run to the toilet after this.
But I am also
drinking water throughout the stream has had this detrimental side effect of now I need to pee.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Also, we're also in a void that we can't remember we're in a void until we get there, which is very fun. Hero and the Princess. The Gentle Heart.
You're on
bring
a
the damsel to her.
in the woods.
There we go. So I probably should save. There we go. I'm going to run to the toilet quickly. I'll be right back. I will see you in a hot minute. Hello. So, plan of action, as I've realised, 1, it's midnight, and 2, it's getting quite late. We're going to go for about half an hour more, and then we're probably going to end tonight. Does that sound good for everyone? Good. So, we'll give it half an hour, we'll do maybe a couple more run-throughs, and then we'll head off for the night. No.
You're here
Okay.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
Someone
you're the
upstairs.
only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
right.
You make your way up the short path.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost a blade is your implement. You take the blade
Take the
from the
blade.
table. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase her voice carries.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Don't let it fool you. It's all.
Okay.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about.
You walk down the stairs.
She's so coldly.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? That isn't a good idea.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after.
Okay, we've done this. We'll drop
Blade's
it.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relation. I know. I just said...
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Stop it.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation. Too long.
Note the lack of.
Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put...
Her sharp eye. She isn't suggesting she is.
Oh, have
You know.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Leaving her alive is too risky.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you...
You're making a No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy.
If you don't have the key, maybe...
Doubtful. Whoever locked.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be. You attempt to make someone else here.
Okay, the door's closed.
You make easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up.
You won't like.
Oh,
Without
we only have
hesitation,
one
you
option.
bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike.
You bastard. If
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's an act. She's unarmed. I'm not so Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out. The two of you forget trying to rescue her. You roll out of her grasp, though every inch of you is in. We can still turn this. You steel your resolve and take another step towards the princess. Excuse me?
Off.
What was that about not making it out? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? The two of you clash for the.
Oh.
The two of you fall.
This was fun. Do you really?
But you don't have the time to worry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We fought her off. The adversary. Yes, here we go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. Oh, don't you
They
start
know.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. That's the spirit. There's no. Those are two. Let's say if you're back. We did our best with the information, and yet you still died. And I believe your other question was something along the line. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any. Yes, but had you failed to. Ugh. Enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. I couldn't agree more. The cab.
State the cabin.
Warning. She will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks.
Crystal.
Let's go with it already. I wanna fight. I'm gonna fight her. She gonna fucking die.
The cabin is tighter than its. See? Even the The blade is your. You take the blade from the altar. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here, so focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Fight. 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 Fight.
The
Fight.
door to the
Fight.
basement creaks open,
Creaks
revealing
open.
a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing her fierce voice.
Is that another challenger?
This isn't what she sounded like last time.
Time.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Got a
As much as I
princess.
appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you
Enthusiasm.
don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess
hello.
comes into view. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. And you brought your little nut. I'm going to have fun. What is there to
Grandpa's still
unpack?
alive.
I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. Don't you get it? We've been given free reign to wail.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And
All right.
myself.
What? What you said earlier in the
What?
woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life. Are you okay?
Of course I'm
Okay. Not okay. I was like, that fed more still very much on the line. Jumping over parallel universe. Can't even read that. It says, no, just because it bothers you, take this even less seriously. Okay. The difference to my FP. Okay, lie. I don't know what you're talking about. I never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? I'm gonna do a good job.
Great. Now focus on...
You look exactly...
Attack.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blades, but she's unfazed. You can hear her chains snap. She almost looks disappointed.
Oh, you don't actually get it. That knife may be sharp, but it's not fun if you hesitate. You need to put everything you have into so don't be afraid.
Don't let her get in your head.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us.
Don't listen to them. She understands. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess. You do your best. This weak little dance isn't worth.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll, I think.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts?
The princess's arm shoots forward.
How disappointing.
She squeezes. The pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your... Everything goes dark. And you die.
Ah, boo. Boo! I had the needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find her. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not... It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. Things are always changing. She changed because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them...
Okay.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the...
Her last advice for us? No words of warning?
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use...
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
Catharsis is for now.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone-walled blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. We need space. Take it! Maybe it'll go away again. For something to go away, it would have to be there to begin with. Let me assure you, there's no mirror here. No use arguing. Mirror or...
I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already.
You take the blade
Let's go
from
to
the
Earth
altar.
Smash.
Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to
Altars,
survive.
window
That
ledge.
steel claw. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit.
It's a
The
bit.
door's right there.
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's... You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open.
Why am I not surprised?
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of her voice. Bold.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was...
Go to her. Run.
Oh, gotta wait to see what it says because I can't actually see it for some weird reason. What does it say? Come on, Twitch. Okay, if you want to fight, then how about you come and get one? If I know you can get out of there on your own, and you still want to fight, get into the basement landing.
But that wouldn't be
Then
fun.
get out there.
I don't want to be a monster chasing you down. I want to face.
We need to get closer. You've nowhere to go but down. Remember every crack and crevice. We'll need to be faster. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, her face widens.
There you are, knife in hand. How?
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us. I really don't like the sight. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something trick. You're teasing me with what I want. But I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came as you near the top. Hands desperately.
Anywhere you go.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist.
What is all of this for? What's the little bird?
We're almost. Don't think. And we'll take. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burn. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think?
Do it. Be swift. Strike. You leap from the grass and
Charging me head on.
her body braces. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, strike. Before you can finish, right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel it's nothing. Yes, it could. We're actually gonna pull it. You just might.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. More! Keep going! We can't! You spy an opening. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Have the chance to respond, and if you will,
She's gone.
don't think you leave time.
Where did she... And there's that mirror again. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now. That thing we...
Screw the mirror. We just need...
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Approach the mirror. Oh, you've unravelled. There she is.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No, I'm not going to send me back. I'm not alone. There's voices to speak to me.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped in delusion, for he does not know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for those who have wronged you. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost. If I did, I would already be awake.
Fair enough.
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Final vessel.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Quick. Only one more vessel. Very quick. Burning heart.
You're on a
Yeah, I
path.
didn't
You're
even do
here
it.
to
Okay. What haven't we done? We've done that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about, unless, of course, I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically,
Okay. Connect this
I guess
option.
we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you then each and every... So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for you make your way up.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him. He doesn't
Doesn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, sure.
The interior of the blade is your... You take the blade. The door to the... Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Don't let it fool you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd...
You walk down the stairs.
She's so...
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nah.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to... The blade...
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Against your better judge will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you? You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me. Oh, have you just...
You know why. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to... It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to... Your blade slashes. We can still turn... Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs. The prince...
Do you really think you...
She steps towards you, ignoring her. They creak and strain as she pulls against... She's free. You push your broken body as she closes in, and just barely manage to close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table that one... Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time you settle in against the... It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your eyelids heavy with fatigue.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. Huh? It's probably...
She sounds terrifying. Like as she violently rattles the...
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart. You don't know the kind of...
It doesn't sound like... No.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful...
You try and stumble to your feet. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty.
So helpless.
She steps closer.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here.
Your lungs stop.
I'd say better luck next time.
It can't be. This... I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
The nightmare. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her.
She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to... Shh! What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit! I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me.
Secrets.
Not that it matters right
Love
now,
it.
because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Straight to the cabin.
A warning. But she will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter.
Don't trust anyone. Paranoid. Paranoia. Sticking.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of the blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, so deep breath in. Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down.
Oh god, she is.
Maybe the three of you just think... So focus up. You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table.
There are
the blade
more
sitting
eyes
on the
on
floor.
each side.
There's definitely... There isn't. We have to... Exactly. Why would I lie about something... You reach down and pick... Good.
Is it gonna be enough, though?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You walk up to the wall next... It's really... You reach for... Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You cross over the threshold, and on... More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't her cruel and
I didn't think you'd come back.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Now, what's that about throwing the knife?
It can't be that hard, but then we'd lose our weapon. It'll be an... You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to... She could be anywhere. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of... Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to... Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter.
You turn to the left, a faintly outlined path.
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your arms... This is it.
And you brought your little knife.
There has to be a way. What did you do? Pull your...
I wonder how many times I'll get to play.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. Heart. Your lungs pull in a...
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to... And then experience...
Okay, whatever you were doing.
Are you sure about that? You have second...
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart. Again, your eyes shoot up...
Can't decide what you want to do. Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish.
She isn't attacking. The why doesn't matter. She's all... Your weapon is still in... Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs.
I'm going to try and kill you so you do your worst.
Heart. Lungs. Liver.
There has to be anything work together. I'll just kill you instead.
Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Are you serious? Heart. Lungs.
Nobody's happy here, but...
Liver.
Maybe...
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not?
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get like a creeping mold. No.
Let me out.
Your existence.
Let me.
A lonely soul in a room by itself.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is.
Let me.
No.
Let me.
This is all too much. You can't keep going.
Oops. I think I broke. I'll see you soon.
Body is dead when you live on. Chapter 3. Chapter 4. fortune to fight moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell?
There was a princess, I think.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not...
I guess we have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what... Slay, we decided not to do that. Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. No, we're
supposed to be unfeeling. We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear
There's nothing for us to do. We've already... We love her. So can we love something that hates us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel
God, they're all here.
would be... Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip.
Okay. How many times have we been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. It also feels like we've barely been...
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she's... It won't. It will be for us. You're part of everything. There's no difference between fine and not fine.
They're all wrong. Met twice before. There's something you don't...
What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here. You did your best, really. There's just a peck... And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop...
You're lucky. I've tried to keep them numb.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against... But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it... No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always... Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it... Stay focused. You still have a job.
She's still here. Just walk up the hill.
They've been heard too much. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is... Or you could just give up. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? Smash it.
She's on the other side.
It's the only way we can have our... Just go around it. Just do some... Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll... Of course it'll work. He always... And it already has worked.
We're one step...
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. The only object of note is the blade is your implement. Take it.
You have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground... You lean over the hole and deep in the bowels of the earth. It's she's watching us.
You really are.
With every word she speaks, the...
I was joking when I said that way back.
Closer.
I was having some...
And closer.
Watching over you for...
And closer.
But forever is so... Except for me. I've already taken your will. All that's left is for you to take my will. It'll be so much fun. You and a witness. I can even look through it. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that is...
Just do that.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle. Tender, even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so...
exhausted.
Why is it so cold?
The last vessel. You don't get a chance to spawn, or you ever will.
She's
Time to
gone.
leave memory
Yeah.
tabs.
That mirror's back.
What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away.
Maybe it won't be gone. Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys?
Yeah.
Seems we've got a majority.
Have a look.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. It feels... over fears. I'm done fighting. My heart feels the game was always going to end. I'll be free of...
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor.
An honor. Oh. Nothing at all. That's alright, you got me nothing.
I think you know what I am.
It's him.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. No, I am not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Of course, that is by both necessity and design. But you'll be awake soon. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were... I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct worked, except for me. I can tell you for a fact. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I only got like 3.
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess holds death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering. In life, I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you.
And a hat and
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echo.
it's gone. Right, you are the long, quiet, vast, nascent god. Funny time for you to wake up. All this is you. I found a recipe book, but I don't need to find. Bring no clarity to her. There she is.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Can't actually see what that dot one says.
Names
that
are their
means?
attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
A choice. Don't you have a say notice? If it were to become
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. But the most terrifying thing of all, could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
change nation.
I'm aware of what it did to you.
I crush you. I bleed you. I grind. You run, but you do not run away. There was no better gift for me than the gift of we made each other better.
We've been through...
To lose me is to remain the same.
All conflict is violence.
Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, but the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever, consume. Then there's no need for you to fight like we are. Nothing brings me greater joy.
Free myself. Going to be free. Falling to yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs in its hibernation. You feel sensation. Your wings spreading a cosmic scale, but a twisted and crumpled bound and agonizing tension. Flame. For the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you. Across infinite sides at infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yet yield.
I love you.
Take a hand. All at once, unyielding tension breaks. You are free. She is with you. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. Step into the infinite. You step forward in 1,000 dawns, sunset greets, and sunset each contain 1,000 more. You exist, you are aware, and you just always have been, always will be. Confidence in your nature, too, you will never be alone. Do you always know fear, you will know you're finally home. Hey! There are no endings, only new beginnings. Hey! Oh, isn't that good? So that is, I believe, one section of the endings. I don't actually believe it's the full ending. There could be more, there could be less. I actually don't know. I've not actually got most of those endings before. Because this has additional endings to it through the pristine cut. So, I don't know. I've not actually got that far. I mostly died. Like, actually died. I got to narrate a bit and then I sort of died. So, yeah. Interesting. I do like this game. It's one of my favourites. I saw it when I saw it on Steam. I thought it was very interesting. It piqued my interest. But now I'm glad I got to share it all with you, and that's all good. So yeah. Apart from the technical difficulties at the beginning, it's very, very fun, and it's Patreon funded as well, so that's great. Well, we love that. Wednesday Snake spoons the cat and nubs a small monster. Thanks for playing. Special gratitude. Here's a track of order. Feel play this for you. Aww. Finish the game. The good end doesn't count. Now you finish the full story for the first time. You also unlock the gallery. You can access it from the main game menus under the memories tab. It's for the clues that will be found unsolved, etc. Hey. So let's have a look at memories. So we have many more vessels. Kill your worst dreams or be killed by the ghost of your past. Sometimes when you cut something out of you, you lose a bit. Anything you want to cut from the same cloth, it's best not to deny the plant being. Slay her without a moment's hesitation. Fall to a feral captive. Betray her before she can betray you. Gotten to someone you never met. Sometimes you know to break official cycles to put your heart on the line. When you've seen the worst sights of the prison the world can offer you, okay? You don't need the world for your happy ending. There are other ways to die, and that should let swallow you whole. Interesting. Spaces between. Here and the princess. The end of everything. The woods, the cabin is you've grown. Damn both you to an incomplete consistence. We got most of these. So our transformation was mirror. Damn both you to an incomplete consistence. Interesting. Well. Well then, that is going to be the end of today's stream. Let's go ahead and have a look, see if we can raid anyone. I forgot I have a wire still attached to me. So I nearly just kapooted my Xbox across the room, which is fun. Let's have a look. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? Oh, there's a lot of people online. Who can we raid? We'll raid some Space Huggle, shall we? We like Space Huggle. Controller, will you stay still? For a hot minute, thank you. Raid. Space Huggle. Oh, I need a gap. Okay. We're gonna raid Space Huggle. As always, please stick around for the raid, and I will see you tomorrow for some Astroneer. We're hopefully going to finish the fucking game, but who knows. Anyway, please stick around for the raid, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.